Hey guys, CodyBo3 here, and welcome to episode 13 of Rags to Russian Riches. Now guys, if you missed the last episode, and some of you may have due to the fact that YouTube sub boxes are a bit broken these days, a lot of FIFA directors are finding that their videos aren't hitting your guys' sub boxes. So if you did miss it, I'll leave a link on the screen right now, and also I'll leave a link in the description below, so go check that out to keep up to date with the series. Anyways guys, I did so much trading for this episode, it's absolutely insane. There's 5 trading sessions in total, some day, some night. I will let you know which ones are which, because there was a comment on my last video asking me just to mention very briefly when I am doing these going through these trading sessions, whether they are day and night. So this first one is actually a night trading session. Yeah, I was just thinking about it there in my head. It's kind of hard to remember, but I have a decent memory, so yeah, I do remember this was a night trading session. There's some decent bargains that I did pick up, and I'm not just going to comment over the price that I picked up all the players for. I will just point out bargains, and I want to answer a few questions that were asked in my last video. And if you do have any questions, definitely shoot them my way in the comment section below. So one big one there, as you can see, is Borja Valero, who we bought for 20k, sold on for 34k, sold within actually 5 minutes of me putting him up, and I thought that was insane. He is usually in a CM position, and he was converted to CAM, and 4-1-2-2 is obviously the most expensive formation. There was a couple of silvers as well that I made a decent amount off, the first being Ngog, who I sold for 9k, picked up for 4k, and also an El Kabir, you'll see a bit further on. I made over 6.5k profit off him, so that was nice. A very good session overall. But yeah, I'm going to get on to some questions that you guys asked me. So the first one was, do I use the Ultimate Database for checking players' prices, or do I use normal search on foot? And I kind of wanted to touch on this point because I do actually use both. Firstly, I'll search its price in Ultimate Database, and sometimes it's off, so don't always trust it, especially with informed players, and especially with the current Team of the Week players, because their prices do go for a lot more when they first come out of packs, and it slowly decreases, and Ultimate Database doesn't factor that in. It just gives you an average price. So I would suggest that you do search the normal price, or the normal search engine, I suppose you can use on Ultimate Team, along with using Ultimate Database if need be. But definitely do both, because it will give you a better idea of how much you will be able to sell it on for. But this is the second session, and you will notice right at the end there is an informed Chelsea player, and that is the next addition to the team. I picked him up in a 4-1-2-2, and it is none other than John Terry. That's his inform. And guys, there was so few of them up on the market, and I seen that one for 92,500, and I figured, hey, I'll pick it up. The next cheapest one was another about 10k more than that. So yeah, I'm not going to sell him on. I will be sticking him straight into the team and using him. So happy that we made our next signing in the team. And I'm going to answer another question that was asked. And someone asked, why do I mainly trade with non-informed players compared to most other FIFA trading YouTubers who trade with informs? Is it harder to trade with them, or do you just not like searching them? Well, I suppose this episode is kind of a contradiction in terms of me trading with informs, because there's quite a few in this episode. But yeah, I do generally like searching for non-informed players, mainly for the fact that there's more in circulation. There's obviously a higher quantity of them, because informed players are only there for a week, and that's as many of them that have been released by EA. So I find non-informed players, there is a larger quantity and more chance of winning them, I suppose. I suppose it's just it is a numbers game when it comes to it. So yeah, that's why I do mainly search non-informs. But hey, I do trade with informs, but the method that I use to pick up these higher priced players is a method I'm kind of perfecting at the moment. It's still in its early stages, and as I always say, practice does make perfect. But when I do perfect it, I'm definitely going to be throwing it out in an episode of Rags to Russian Riches, and it has made me some serious profits so far. I just want to do a bit more trial and error and test it out a bit further. So there were a couple of questions. The next thing I want to talk about while these players' prices run through, actually, running back, I was meant to mention whether they were day or night sessions. I knew I'd forget that. Second session was a day trading session, if you want to go back and check that out again. And the third session was a day trading session as well. They were both actually in the same day, and I sold on the players in the same day. So this is this session as well. So they were both day trading sessions, and as you can see, no major bargains, but enough just to get me by, get me profit. And that's what it's all about. I'm a real grinder when it comes to trading, and I will just buy them players and sell them on for a couple of K more. And you know, that's what works for me. Every so often I do pick up some massive bargains, but you'll see here, this is the start of the fourth trading session. That was a buy now Pepe I got for 100k. It was 59th minute, and there are not many players there, just a few. And that was actually a night session. I was just going for bigger cards, and that is the little technique or method that I want to go through in a couple episodes time when I do perfect it. But there's the team there, guys. After all that training, I did stick up them players. I waited overnight, and I actually did crack on in and start that new cup, which is called the One Club or One Tournament, or One Club or One Nation Cup. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the team is shaping up. I've got 3 informs in there now, and it's coming along nicely. I'm really liking the look of it. I'm liking the fact that I have progressed quite a bit since I started. But yeah, that's the name of it there, Club or Country Cup. And I said, hey, I will give it a go, and it was for 5,000 coins, so a lot on the line. And yeah, the last episode I did the Advanced Cup without even realising that this cup was actually on, which was a bit foolish of me. And then there was a lot of comments on my last video letting me know that I should try out this tournament. So that's what I done. Came up against this guy with a full Brazil team. He's got Danilo in there, also Michel Bastos, who's an absolute beast, and he's got Thiago Neves in there as well, and he did actually have the better first half, definitely. You'll see there, Pato with a nice little bit of skill, fooled me, passes into Rafael Sobis, and he was so beastly against my defense. That was horrible. That was just scrap that I even made a joke out of that guy's name. But he did take a 2-0 lead, and this was a game really of 2 halves, even though I did get a goal right here at the end of the first half. Lampard crashes it off the crossbar, and he does pound home the rebound with a nice volley. And in the second half, I did grab that all-important equaliser. You see here, Drogba cutting inside, fools his defenders, and pounds it home. Well done, Drogba. 2-2, and that's actually how the game ended after 90 minutes. And there was only one thing left to do, and that was going to extra time. And he was the man for the extra time. You'll see here, Danilo takes a shot. Horrible pad out there by Czech, and who was there but Pato to head it home. And that's how it ended, guys, 3-2. And I was really annoyed about this game, and I said, hey, I'm not playing any more FIFA for the next while. So what did I do? I got straight back into trading, and there's all the players that sold. I stuck them up overnight. And yeah, a decent profit, nothing great, as I was still working at the Kings. DeKigley, I don't know how to say his name exactly, but yeah, he was a player I made a decent bit of profit off. Pepe I sold on for 110k, didn't make too much off him. But my next session, this is the big one, guys. This is the one you've all been waiting for. The massive one. The 5th session. This was a night session. I signed Lavezzi. Didn't make much off him. I signed Pepe. But the third player there, that is what my biggest profit so far on Ultimate Team on the PS3. And probably my biggest for a very, very long time. And that is Team of the Year TOTY Alonso for 224k. When I won it, I was doing jumping jacks. And this is the technique I'm talking about, guys, that I do want to perfect. Working out a few kinks on it. Just want to have it perfect when I do show you guys. But yeah, he was the biggest product of it so far. So this technique is doing well. And yeah, I ended up in a bid war for him because he was 150 star price, but I did pick him up. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. And I did listen to your calls to pick up Stamford Bridge and replace it. And that's exactly what I've done. You'll notice in the background, I have changed to Stamford Bridge. So for future games, and I will be giving the Club or Country Cup another crack. So I will be in at the Stamford Bridge. The Stamford Bridge? Yeah, just Stamford Bridge. But you see there, I sold on TOTY Alonso for 318,000. So I made a profit of 78k off him. So I was happy with that. We ended up on 506,000, so that was 261k through all the trading sessions, which is absolutely beast. But that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you